Welcome back to Mountain Connection. The Kings of Napa is an all-new drama on the Oprah Winfrey Network. It's something you want to make sure you see. Lots of juicy things going on. I recently had the opportunity to speak to two of the series stars. Here's more.
Right now, I'm very much looking forward to speaking about the juicy new drama, The Kings of Napa. Here to tell us all about it are two of the show stars, Ebonee Noel and Isiah Whitlock Jr. Thank you so much, both of you, for being here today.
Thank you
for having us.
So I'm really excited to hear about this family drama about secrets, but it's also so beautifully done. I was able to see some clips from the show. Looking forward to seeing the entire thing. So, Ebonee, let's start with you. Tell me what we need to know about the show.
Well, you need to know that Kings of Napa is going to be bringing you drama, fashion, and family love and family feuds pretty much every episode. As you know, the show focuses on a family who owns a vineyard in Napa. There is, a quite significant family event that happens in the pilot. There are some secrets that are revealed. They're very, very juicy. And it sort of turns our family structure and our ideas about ourselves and each other on their head. And we deal with the fallout of that pretty much for the remainder of the series.
And Isiah, I believe your character is actually the one that kind of spurs the drama. Is that true?
That always seems to be the case, but I played the patriarch of the family, and yes, I do kind of set things in motion. It's kind of like I sort of get things going in the show, and that's when we start to see the juicy drama, the heads butting, and things of that nature. It's not like it hasn't always been there, but I think based on some of the things that I do, we really set things up and start to drive the show. I always look at it as very Shakespearean. It's like, let's get things going early and just drive it right to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And Isiah, since many of your actions are driving the drama on the show, at least especially at the beginning, would you say that your character is acting out of love, or is it just that time in his life? How would you describe the motivations behind some of these decisions?
I would say it's all of that. I like to think it's a lot from me just being a very complicated human being, or us all being complicated human beings. I think a lot of people will identify with my character, and I think they'll identify with all the others as to their reactions to some of the things that I do. But at the end of the day, you'll see that, as great as we are, even though we are kings, we are flawed. And that's what makes the human being.
Which is relatable and very intriguing as well. And Ebonee, you play August, a daughter in this family. One thing that I really love about your character is you have vision.
Thank you. That's what I love about her too. Actually, she's coming out the gates strong. She's the middle child. She's the only girl, and she's the marketing genius of the family, but she doesn't let that sort of pigeonhole her in terms of how she dreams about their vineyard and about their legacy. She's got big ideas. Her dad has always encouraged her. She's never felt that she should keep any of those thoughts to herself. Why would she? And I just think that boldness and that forwardness and that tenacity is something that I really enjoy about her as well.
And she seems to have a very special relationship with her dad. What can you tell us about how she responds to some of these big things that are happening?
Well, I think that, she's a daddy's girl, and she definitely has him up on a pedestal. I think that when she learns some of the things that we learned about his history, she definitely takes a step back to say, oh, wow, actually, my dad's a human being and he's flawed. But it doesn't tarnish the amount of respect and admiration she has for him. It just means that now she has to deal with how that affects her other family members, her siblings, her mom, their aunts, like everybody finding out this information at one time. As a middle child, her instinct is to sort of make sure everyone is okay and everyone still stays working as a unit. So I think, I mean, it's not information that she loves, what she learns about her father, but it doesn't take away from how much she respects him and how much she wants to make him proud.
And I think that's one of the things that is so beautiful about this story is when we find out these things, we don't withdraw. We go forward and we deal with them and we tackle them head on, no matter how difficult they are. It's that outpouring that I think will be one of the key features in the Kings of Napa.
Which is so similar to what many people are going through, I would say, especially in family dynamics. Isiah, you've played so many well-known, very powerful characters. Would you say that Reginald King, who you play in this particular series, so is he similar to any other characters that you've played in the past?
He's not, and that's one of the things that has drawn me to this character is that it's not as volatile. I mean, his history and past is, but on the page, he's not as volatile as some of the other characters that I've played. He's not a snake, which I've played enough of those, but he's just a very, very honest human being trying to get through the day. And I sometimes find that's one of the hardest things to play is to play a character that is settled, and still make them interesting. But I feel with Reginald King, I'm able to do that, and it's kind of a joy to be able to tackle a character in that way.
And you do a great job. Ebonee, I only have a few moments left, but how excited are you to be able to show this to the world?
I'm thrilled. I couldn't even quantify how excited I am. Every day that I wake up, I'm more excited to share this story with the public, to share what we've learned, not only about running a vineyard and what comes with that industry, but just how much we learned as a family, both making the show and as characters. I think people are going to enjoy it. I think people are going to be hooked. I can't wait for the things that I love for people to talk about those things. So I can be like, yeah, me too. That's my favorite part too. I'm excited for the conversation. I'm thrilled. I'm over the moon, ready to share this with everyone.
I'm so looking forward to tuning in. I loved already what I've seen. The Kings of Napa premieres Tuesday, January 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on OWN, the Oprah Winfrey Network. Thank you so much, Ebonee and Isiah, for joining us today. Really appreciate talking with you.
Thank you.